Astor Banks has been on my radar for years. They were founded in 2012 by Andrew Perez and they're based in Chicago, Illinois. The microbrand scene back in those days was not what it is today, and that was both a blessing and a curse. Competition was not as crazy as it is today, but making it big was also not as easy, as most collectors gravitated towards more established brands. Fast forward to 2024 and the company's still going strong, and their models are beautifully designed and are for most people attainable. Shout out to my friends over at GQ Jewelers for letting me check this one out. At the time of this recording, this actual piece is for sale. I'll leave their details in the description of the video. There have been several iterations of their Fortitude line. This particular one is called the Fortitude Slim in the mint green dial. The company offers plenty of other dial colors, so if this color is not for you, they got you covered. At first glance, the watch looks very simple, but believe me, the details and specs are definitely there. Let's get into the specs of this watch. The entire watch is constructed of 316L stainless steel with Viton gaskets and a screw down signed crown. The case measures in at 38.5 millimeters with drill lug holes. From lug to lug, it measures 45.5 millimeters. It's 10.9 millimeters thick, and that's including the AR coated sapphire crystal, which, by the way, the AR is on the inside of the crystal, and in between the lugs is 20 millimeters. Those are some killer proportions. This watch, honestly, in my opinion, can be worn by pretty much everyone. The entire watch with the unsized bracelet weighs in at 144 grams, and the watch has a water resistance of 200 meters. The watch case has some great finishing. There's some mixture of brushing and polishing, and the company did an incredible job with those chamfers. They're super defined and elevate the look of the watch. Drill lugs have always been a favorite of mine. Not only do I love the utilitarian look, but also changing straps is always super easy. The dial is my favorite part of this watch. I do actually like the mint color. I know when the Tiffany Patek thing was in full swing, this color was all the rage, and since then the hype has cooled down. A lot of collectors no longer find it as cool, but I still really like it. The applied indices are clean and the dark colored hands blend well with the overall color scheme. I'm also a fan of this no date version, but I think the Fortitude Pro would work best for my lifestyle, as I do find date complications very functional. I also think the orange text at the bottom is a cool touch. The lume on this one is really good. They're using BGW9 grade A, and it's been applied on the hands and indices. Always refreshing seeing good lume on a microbrand watch. The bracelet measures 20 millimeters and tapers down to 16 millimeters at the side mill clasp. The bracelet also features polished chamfers on the underside of the links for added comfort. The links have screws and a tool is included for easy sizing. The bracelet feels well built, but there's two things that would make this bracelet a lot better: a quick release system and, of course, an on-the-fly adjustment system on the clasp. When flipping the watch over, there's a screw down case back with some information about the watch, and the case back is very slim. Powering this watch is a regulated in-house Miyota caliber 9039. Now, this caliber lacks a date complication, so no ghost position on the crown, thank God. The caliber has a power reserve of approximately 42 hours. It beats at 28,800 beats per hour. It features 24 jewels. The caliber can be hacked, hand wound. The company also made this watch anti-magnetic, rated to 4,800 AM. Now, Astor Banks is claiming the accuracy to be -10 plus 10 seconds per day. Not bad at all. On my 6 and 7/8 inch wrist, the watch feels really good. The bracelet tapers down and adapts to your wrist with no issues. The case size, in my opinion, just hits right. Thanks to the 20 millimeter lugs, this watch looks good on a lot of different style straps. Another thing I want to highlight is the brush bezel. It looks pretty clean, and I'm personally a fan of brush bezels as opposed to polish, especially on an everyday type of watch. Here are my final thoughts on this model. The build quality is great, but I'll be honest with you guys, the case and bracelet design feel very meh. The design just blends in with everything else on the market. I'm sure back in 2012 it stood out, but not anymore. However, the dial is very nice, minimalistic but nice. I personally wouldn't see myself owning an Astor Banks, but I'll keep my eyes open to see if they come up with anything cool and exciting in the future. Let me know your thoughts on this watch. Have you ever had a chance to check out one in person? As always, I appreciate the support. Be safe out there and stay humble.